That smell coming from your kitchen drain isn't a plumbing problem. It's a history problem. Every meal you've cooked, every greasy pan you've rinsed, every drop of cooking fat that went down that drain over the last decade, none of it actually left. It cooled, it hardened. It stuck to the inside walls of your pipes like concrete. And right now, in the dark beneath your sink, 10 years of accumulated grease is slowly rotting, feeding bacteria and releasing that smell, and releasing that thick, sour, suffocating odor that no amount of dish soap or boiling water has been able to permanently kill. But here's the thing nobody in the plumbing industry wants you to know. There is a single white crystal that costs less than $1, dissolves every trace of that grease overnight, and eliminates the smell, the slow drain, and the annual plumber visit permanently. And it has been doing exactly that for over 2,000 years. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe real quick. Let's start with what's actually happening inside your pipes. When you cook bacon and pour the fat down the drain, you feel like you've dealt with the problem. You ran hot water, you used dish soap, it's gone, except it isn't. The fat travels about 2 feet down the pipe. The water temperature drops, the fat solidifies, and it sticks. Not cleanly, not completely, but just enough. A thin film coats the interior wall of the pipe. You don't notice it. You rinse the next pan. Another film, then another. Then soap scum adds its own layer on top. Hair, food particles, and mineral deposits lock everything together. This process has a name in civil engineering. It's called fatberg formation. And while you've probably heard about the monstrous fatbergs that municipal sewage teams pull out of city pipes, some of them stretching the length of 2 football fields, the exact same process is happening at a smaller, personal scale. Inside every residential drain in the world that has ever seen a kitchen, a fatberg isn't dramatic when it starts. It's quiet. It's microscopic, but it is relentless. Over 5 years, those thin films stack up into a coating that measurably narrows the pipe. Over 10 years, the narrowing is significant enough to slow your drain noticeably, and the organic material is decomposing. That decomposition is biological. Bacteria feed on the buildup. The byproduct of that feeding is hydrogen sulfide gas. And hydrogen sulfide gas is exactly what you smell when that warm, damp, rotten egg meets garbage odor hits you. So, what do most people do? They buy a bottle of drain cleaner. And this is where the story gets interesting. The drain cleaning industry is a $50 billion global market. That number isn't an accident, it's a business model. Walk into any store and you'll find an entire aisle dedicated to the problem. Bright bottles, bold promises, prices that climb year after year. Most commercial drain cleaners fall into 2 categories. There are the acid-based formulas that use sulfuric acid to burn through blockages, and there are the alkaline formulas that use sodium hydroxide, commonly called lye, to saponify fats. Both categories work, and both categories are dramatically, almost comically, over-engineered for the problem they're solving. Here's what the label never tells you. The active chemistry in the alkaline cleaners is essentially a corrosive version of a natural compound. They take that compound, dilute it, add stabilizers, colorants, and fragrance, and sell it to you for $8 to $15. It works for a few weeks. The buildup returns, you buy another bottle. The cycle repeats every single year. That cycle is the product. Because there exists a version of this chemistry that is so effective, if every household used it, the industry would lose its revenue overnight. Unlike caustic formulas, this compound is gentle on pipes, safe to handle, and has been used since before the Roman Empire. It is called washing soda. Its chemical name is sodium carbonate, and it costs roughly $1 per pound. Enough for dozens of drain treatments. It's the permanent fix the industry doesn't want you to find. Sodium carbonate is not a new discovery. It is not a fringe chemical or an experimental compound. It is one of the oldest cleaning substances in history. The ancient Egyptians extracted it from dry lake beds where it occurred naturally. They called it natron. They used it to clean, to preserve, to process fabric, and to maintain the stone channels that carried water through their cities. Roman engineers used sodium carbonate to keep their aqueduct systems clear of the buildup that would otherwise choke the channels feeding Rome. You are talking about pipe maintenance technology that predates modern plumbing by 2,000 years. In the 19th century, Victorian industrial kitchens, the massive operations feeding hospitals and naval ships, ran on washing soda. The grease volumes produced by cooking for thousands would have overwhelmed any system without aggressive maintenance. Washing soda was that maintenance. It was cheap, available everywhere, and brutally effective. Every professional kitchen manager in that era knew how to use it. It was common knowledge. Then the 20th century arrived. Synthetic chemistry exploded. Consumer product marketing was born. The industry shifted away from cheap, common solutions toward proprietary, branded, recurring purchase products. Washing soda didn't disappear, it just got buried, shuffled to the back of the laundry aisle and relabeled as a booster. Not because it stopped working, but because it worked too well, too cheaply, and too permanently to survive in an industry built on repeat customers. The professional sector figured this out early. Drain cleaning technicians frequently use sodium carbonate as a core component of their flush. The exact same compound, billed back to you as part of a service that costs $150 to $300 per visit. So how does it actually work? Why does a simple white crystal do what a decade of chemicals cannot permanently achieve? The answer is pH chemistry. When you dissolve washing soda in hot water, it creates a strongly alkaline solution with a pH of around 11. Now, grease and fat, the stuff caking your pipes, are predominantly composed of fatty acid chains. Alkaline solutions trigger a chemical reaction called saponification. The fatty acid chains react and are converted at the molecular level into glycerol and fatty acid salts. Fatty acid salts are by definition soap. They are water soluble. They rinse away cleanly. This is not a surface treatment. This is a molecular transformation. The grease does not get pushed further down or masked. It is converted. And when you treat your drain with washing soda on a regular cycle, twice a year is sufficient, the buildup never reaches a critical mass. This is precisely why a $1 solution known for 2,000 years is so threatening to an industry that sells you the problem. The treatment itself is almost insultingly simple. For a standard kitchen drain, you need about a cup of washing soda crystals. Boil a kettle of water, a full kettle, around 1.5 liters. Remove the drain cover if you have one. Pour the dry washing soda crystals directly down the drain first so they sit against the buildup. Then slowly pour the boiling water directly after them. Not all at once. Pour steadily over 30 to 45 seconds. So the alkaline solution has time to coat the pipe walls as it moves down rather than just flushing past. Then leave it. Do not run the tap. Do not use the sink. Leave it overnight, at minimum 8 hours, ideally 12. What is happening during those 12 hours is a sustained saponification reaction. The alkaline solution is sitting in contact with years of accumulated grease, slowly converting it layer by layer. By morning, what was a hardened, bacteria-riddled, odor-producing coating is now a water-soluble residue. Run hot water for 60 seconds the next morning and it's gone. One treatment will not remove everything if the buildup is severe and genuinely years old. In that case, repeat the treatment 3 nights in a row. The smell will diminish noticeably after the first treatment. It will be gone after the second or third. The drain will stay odor-free, and if you do this twice a year, once in spring, once in autumn, you will never again be in a position where the buildup is thick enough to create a problem in the first place. For bathroom drains, the chemistry is identical. The blockage composition is different. More soap scum, more protein from hair, but washing soda handles both. The same treatment, the same overnight process, the same result. There is a broader principle operating underneath all of this that is worth sitting with. The plumbing industry did not invent the problem of grease buildup. Fats and oils have been going down drains since the first drain existed. What the industry did was recognize that the problem was recurring, that the solutions available to ordinary people were inadequate, and that if those solutions remained inadequate, there would always be a market for expensive interventions. That calculus drives the entire consumer maintenance industry. In each category, there is a simple, ancient, well-understood solution that costs almost nothing, and there is an entire infrastructure of branded products designed to ensure you never find it on your own. Washing soda is one of those solutions, and the evidence is not subtle. It's on the shelves of grocery stores around the world right now, usually priced under $2 a box, usually placed in the laundry section. This is precisely why a $1 solution known for 2,000 years is so threatening to an industry that sells you the problem. The Roman engineers who used this compound to maintain the aqueducts feeding ancient Rome did not have access to a hardware store. They did not have internet forums or YouTube tutorials. They just had the knowledge, passed down, practical, and free, that certain natural compounds dissolved certain natural buildups. They maintained infrastructure that outlasted their empire by centuries. You have a kitchen drain, you have a grocery store, and now you have the same knowledge. The question worth asking next is how many other simple, permanent $1 fixes have been quietly buried in the cleaning aisle